Hello, everyone. Welcome to the News Browse News broadcast. Mấy EPC. Tamon May Sain Sits. So done. The X-Wing Ainton Sub Quite Prides. The arrival of additional U.S. Navy, amphibious assault ships, and Marine Corps units in the Middle East for anti-Iran military operations. This deployment includes the Japan-based amphibious assault ship U.S. Tripoli and the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit from Okinawa, totaling approximately 3,500 personnel. The Trump administration is using this military buildup to demonstrate its firm stance against Iran and aims to lead discussions toward ending the conflict. The Washington Post reported on March 28th that the U.S. military is preparing for a weeks-long ground operation, considering plans such as occupying Kharg Island, Iran's largest oil. The Japanese yen recently weakened past the 1 in Shreveport against the US dollar, reaching its lowest levels since July 2024. This development has heightened speculation that the Bank of Japan might intervene in the currency market, similar to its actions when the yen last hit around 161 against the dollar in July 2024. According to CNBC, the USD JPY rate climbed to 120.24, nearing a level that often triggers official intervention. The dollar's strength is partly attributed to investors seeking safe haven amidst the Middle East conflict, leading the US dollar index to its strongest monthly gain in nearly a year. Japan's currency and government bonds have been under sustained pressure due to fragile fiscal conditions and a high reliance on energy imports. Prime Minister Sunai Takeichi's inclination towards expansionary financial policies further complicates the Bank of Japan's efforts to gradually raise interest rates and control inflation. Tokyo authorities have repeatedly warned against excessive yen depreciation. This news comes from TVBS, Simwin-mon. International oil prices surged on March 27th, fueled by escalating tensions in the Middle East, according to Nafan 1. Reports indicate that the U.S. and Israel attacked Iranian facilities, prompting Iran's Revolutionary Guard to declare the Strait of Hormuz closed to passage. As a result, WTI crude futures briefly crossed the $100 per barrel mark before closing at $99.64, a 5.46% increase. Brent crude futures also rose by 4.22 to $11.12.57. This heightened geopolitical uncertainty weighed heavily on global markets. U.S. stock indexes closed sharply lower, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average falling 1.73%, putting it more than 10% below its historical high and officially into correction territory. The S&P 500 and Nasdaq also saw declines of 1.67% and 2.15% respectively. Meanwhile, U.S. consumer confidence significantly decreased in March, hitting its lowest level since December 2025, primarily due to rising fuel costs and market volatility. European major stock indexes also registered losses across the board. In contrast, International gold and silver prices rebounded after an earlier dip. Yomiuri Shimbun online reports that Iran's government has agreed to permit 20 Pakistani-flagged vessels to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. This announcement was made by Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Mohammad Dar on March 28. The passage is expected to involve 2 ships daily. Pakistan has been actively mediating ceasefire talks between the United States and Iran, and Dar welcomed Iran's decision as a sign of peace that would contribute to regional stability. Prior to this, Pakistani Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif held an hour-long telephone conversation with Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian, during which Sharif reportedly explained diplomatic efforts aimed at de-escalation. Furthermore, according to Pakistan's foreign ministry, a 4-party meeting is scheduled for March 29 and 30 in Islamabad. This meeting will involve foreign ministers from Pakistan, Egypt, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia to discuss responses to the Middle East situation. According to Kyodo News, Japan's Ground Self-Defense Force officially established a new unit, the Intelligence Operations Unit, on March 29th, following organizational adjustments this spring. A commemorative ceremony was held at the Osaka military base in Tokyo. This move is a direct response to the deteriorating security environment and aims to bolster capabilities against cognitive warfare, which involves manipulating public opinion to sow discord within society and politics. Previously, various GSDF units handled disinformation analysis and intelligence gathering separately, but these activities will now be centrally integrated under the new unit. Defense Vice Minister Masahisa Miyazaki emphasized the need for stronger cooperation across organizations and national borders, noting that malicious disinformation campaigns often target Japan to drive a wedge between it and Western nations, and to undermine trust in the government and self-defense forces. The Intelligence Operations Unit, headquartered at Osaka Base and comprising approximately 80 personnel, operates under the Ground General Command, which oversees the entire GSDF. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.